afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this busy Tuesday. We'll get right to it. Kyle Rittenhouse continues to wait for his fate as the jury in his trial spent the day deliberating. We're live from Kenosha, where the crowd of media continues to grow.
A new report says Madison police were unprepared for the level of anger they faced in protests last summer. So what have they learned, and what will change going forward?
And energy prices are going up nationwide from gasoline to natural gas. So is Thanksgiving going to be affected? But first, for the past 7 hours now, the jury in Kyle Rittenhouse's homicide trial have been working to decide his future.
This morning, we watched as Rittenhouse used a raffle tumbler to randomly draw and narrow down the panel of 18 jurors to 12. Right now, those jurors are deciding whether Rittenhouse is guilty or not guilty of 5 charges. One of them is first-degree homicide, and if convicted, Rittenhouse could face life in prison. But it's not all or nothing. The jury can also consider lesser offenses for 2 of the charges. This all stems from last summer when Rittenhouse was 17 years old. He shot 3 people, killing 2 during the unrest in Kenosha after the police shooting of Jacob Blake. The prosecution says Rittenhouse provoked the incident by pointing his AR-15 style weapon at one of the victims. The defense says Rittenhouse was acting in self-defense. And as we wait for the jury's decision, there is a tension in the air in Kenosha.
Our Eric Franke has been there for most of this day waiting for the jury's decision. He joins us now live. Eric, what are you seeing outside the courthouse?
Yeah, Mark, as you described it, it's kind of building momentum here as more people have gathered on the steps of the Kenosha County Courthouse. Behind me, the jury now deliberating, as you mentioned, for about 7 hours. They did have that brief break for lunch. We do know at this time that they did ask for a couple things in terms of jury instructions. They asked for 11 copies at pages 7 to 36. So really trying to make sure they're nailing down the total instructions coming from Judge Bruce Schrader here in Kenosha County. I want to give you a look. My photographer Lance here going to give you a look at what has been building over the last couple hours. It was a very small crowd just a couple hours ago, and it's still not huge, but it is building, as you mentioned, and most of the people here remaining peaceful for the most part. There have been a couple exchanges between those who support the self-defense argument from the defense and many others that are in support of the victims in this case, Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, the 2 who were shot to death on the streets of Kenosha last August. Now, again, they asked for jury instructions. They broke briefly at about 1 for lunch, but all we know at this time is that they're just in there going about their business. Judge Schrader has said he's not going to put any tight time limit on them at this point in time. Of course, if you're familiar with these kind of trials, and this is a big one, these things can go on for a while. Now, another big question we get a lot is, what is the police presence like here? We've seen kind of a smattering of Kenosha City Police. There have been some Kenosha County Sheriff's deputies here, but right now they're not planning on doing any road closures or anything. They said they have worked with the Sheriff's Department, the Kenosha City Police, to really work on their response to these kind of large-scale events over the course of the last year since they experienced this whole thing a year ago, which was really new to them at this time. But in light of the Rittenhouse trial, they've worked together to maybe make a better response to that sort of thing. But we'll be here, and of course they're going to give us a good heads up when they do, if they do come to a verdict, and we'll bring it to you, and we'll bring you the very latest reaction from what's happening here live in Kenosha County. Mark, Susan.
All right, Eric, thank you. We are waiting for the verdict in this case, just as you are, and as soon as it's released, tune into Channel 3. We are going to have our own special report with experts on to discuss the verdict as well as the evidence brought forward in the case. Download the News 3 Now app in your app store to get our push alerts. Let's take a look outside on this Wednesday. Kind of nice out today.
Yeah, not too bad. There's a shot from the pond on the backyard patio.
It's still flowing.
That's good news.
Turning colder again. Dana is in the backyard right next to the fountain. Things are looking pretty good today.
Right now it's not too bad. It is a little breezy, a little cloudy, but again, not too bad outside for us right now. We've seen this cloud coverage really building in throughout the afternoon. Here's a look at our visible cloud track throughout the state. So we did see a bit of sunshine this morning, especially east of Madison. A little bit of a break early afternoon, but now looking at a mostly cloudy sky overnight. Here's a live look over Madison, again getting a little bit of sunshine right along the edge of the clouds. Of course, sunset right around the corner. 45 currently in Madison. Wind speeds, though, picking up just a bit. bit more today. Sustained wind speeds generally in the mid to upper teens. We've seen sustained wind speeds right now in Mineral Point at about 24 miles per hour. Wind gusts closer to 30 miles per hour in Platteville and in Mineral Point. So it has a bit of a breezy Tuesday. Temperature-wise, compared to this time yesterday, it is quite a bit warmer. A 13-degree jump for us in Monroe and Madison. That puts us at 45 right now. So seasonably chilly outside. For tomorrow, yet again, expecting temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Another day with variably cloudy skies, but we might see some light showers for us early in the day on Wednesday. We'll look at that in just a second. Right now, a few delays along the Beltline, no accidents to report, but east and westbound, we are seeing some slowdown spots, especially eastbound right after 151. For the interstate north and southbound, looks smooth, 39 and 90 through Rock County and Dane County. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie, 18 minutes this evening. Again, we'll look at that small rain chance for early Wednesday and the rest of your week in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, see you then. Thank you. Over the past year, experts from the University of Pennsylvania have been investigating Madison police and how they handled protests downtown last summer. Today, they say the department was not prepared for the scale of the demonstrations or the anger they faced. The department initially commissioned the report for another reason, but asked the report to pivot to the department's response to last year's unrest. The investigators say the department's Madison method of handling protests worked in the past, but it was ineffective in the summer of 2020. They specifically blamed a lack of communication before, during, and after the protest. The report also suggested the department was unprepared for the level of vitriol officers encountered.
Unprepared, I would view as a statement of fact rather than a criticism. I think it would be very difficult, and we certainly saw in cities across the country protests that escalated to violence for which the departments, were sort of not expecting.
The investigators recommended Madison police emphasize a less is more approach to any future protests, especially when police themselves are the focus of the protest. We spoke directly to Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes about these findings today. We'll hear his thoughts about how the department will handle future protests coming up tonight at 5.
Well, many of us are looking forward to a Thanksgiving with fewer social distancing requirements this year.
But some of you might be keeping your distance for economic reasons this year. It could cost you more to go home for the holidays.
Natalie Brand has more from Capitol Hill.
Rising gas prices are forcing some families to rethink travel plans ahead of next week's Thanksgiving holiday.
Sort of figuring out and planning much further in advance what I can do and where I can travel and who I can see is definitely difficult.
California set a record with prices at nearly $4.70, but drivers in every state are paying more at the pump, with the current national average over $3.41.
Filling up my gas tank and saw firsthand how Nevadans are paying at the pump right now and how much it is costing.
The issue is getting attention here on Capitol Hill, where senators held a hearing about why energy prices are rising across the board.
The biggest swing in price is just simply the demand came back quicker than production. So that's really driven up the price substantially.
The acting administrator of the U.S. Energy Information Administration says people can also expect to pay more to stay warm this winter. People heating their homes with natural gas could see costs rising about 30%. The increases will be even greater for homes with propane and heating oil.
Many American families will have to decide whether they can pay their utility bills or put food on the table. One or the other, heat or eat.
But there is one bright spot. Homes heated with electricity are only expected to pay 6% more this year. Energy economists say global spending on clean energy is expected to pick up, but remains far short of what's needed to meet rising demand. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And analysts say production is expected to lag behind demand for the next year, meaning that the higher prices could be here to stay for a while. A Dane County judge says news outlets will be allowed to live stream Chandler Halderson's trial in January. Halderson is charged with killing his parents. hiding their bodies and lying to law enforcement about how they disappeared this past summer. Halderson's attorney asked the court not to allow news outlets like News 3 Now to live stream the trial, arguing that it might affect the jury pool. A coalition of news outlets, including us here at News 3, responded, asking the judge to allow it to encourage transparency. The judge did agree to allow live streaming. He also ruled that Halderson's phone calls from jail could be used in the trial.
My motion simply states that rich people can bail out of jail, and there's no way they could be wiretapped just generally or surveilled their conversations generally without some sort of additional malfeasance on their part. But people that can't post bail, everything they say to someone outside the jail, send to someone outside the jail, the state gets to look at.
Halderson's jury trial is scheduled to begin in early January. A new bill could decriminalize possessing small amounts of marijuana across most of the state, but it would increase fines here in Madison and in Milwaukee. A bipartisan plan would make possession of up to 14 grams a $100 to $250 ticket and as much as 40 hours of community service. Right now, it is usually a misdemeanor with a potential for a $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail. In Madison, adults can have as much as 28 grams of marijuana, and in Milwaukee County, it only charges $1 for possession. Under the new proposal, communities would have to enforce fines evenly.
Wisconsin schools got report cards from the state today for their performance during the last school year. The Madison School District got 4 stars, which means it exceeds expectations. Janesville schools met few expectations, and Beloit was one of the lowest scoring districts in Wisconsin and failed to meet expectations. If you want to check your child's school, head to channel3000.com. We posted a link to the full results in this story.
Students in the Food Equity Club at Madison East High School opened up a free outdoor pantry today. The new pantry will be stocked with canned food available 24/7 for any member of the Madison community. Members of the Food Equity Club and their faculty advisor, Helena White, coordinate food donations from generous community donors. Painted in the school's signature purple and gold, the outdoor free food pantry was designed and built by a member as part of his Eagle Scout service project.
Generation after generation of students at East High School have recognized the need, and they are helping each other out with getting food into the hands of their fellow students. I think students at East are very concerned about the other students in the building, and they want to help them out.
The club runs an open food pantry near the school's media center, a secured storage food pantry and snack program in partnership with students in special education. Students also write and submit grants to organizations such as the By Youth for Youth Committee, that's part of United Way of Dane County, and the Madison Public Schools Foundation.
The Goodman Community Center is asking for help as they work to feed families this Thanksgiving. The center plans to begin handing out Thanksgiving baskets this weekend, but still needs groceries for 4,000 families. The center has delivered Thanksgiving groceries to Dane County families in need for the last 33 years. This year, 4,400 families signed up for a basket. You can also make a financial gift so that the center can shop for last-minute needs later in the week. Live at 4 will be at the Goodman Center tomorrow to update you on the exact goods they need the most.
Well, you may recall yesterday we showed you the Reese's Thanksgiving pie. Well, it must have been a very big hit because people ordered it in droves for a Thanksgiving treat this year. As a matter of fact, the pie sold out within hours. There were only 3,000 of them available, weighing in at 3 pounds a piece and costing $45 plus tax. Reese said this was a limited time holiday offer, but everyone is wondering whether it will be back next year.
Along with the Curter Burger.
That's right.
Create a demand.
Make it a 10,000 calorie day.
That's right. Well, as we await the verdict in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, we'll talk with a defense attorney who once worked on the case.
Which side did a better job presenting its case? We'll get some perspective when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4. town of Basic, families gather for basic fun. But if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find your own fun.
Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Lashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
An official message from Medicare.
What's up, everybody?
Mary and I just compared Medicare plans.
Found one that's going to save us money all next year. Dang, I told you it was open enrollment.
Yes, you did. We used the plan finder at Medicare.gov.
Oh, I see what you mean. Makes it easier to compare health and prescription plans. They sure can change year to year.
Compare plans now at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th.
Hey, honey, let's take a look.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Get a Beauty Rest Queen mattress for only $3.99. Upgrade to a Queen Harmony Luxe mattress starting at just $15.99 and get a free weighted blanket. The Harmony Luxe uses recovered plastics from the ocean to create a durable and luxurious fabric. And with Steinhoffels' 120-night sleep guarantee and free delivery, you can't make a mistake. Only at Steinhoffels and Steinhoffels.com.
In the town of Basic, families gather for basic fun. But if you have the 2021 Nissan Rogue with 5 drive modes, you can climb above Basic and find your own fun.
Save up to $42.62 on select models.
Welcome back. Homeowners are spending plenty of money to improve their living spaces.
Home Depot's reporting a 10% jump in sales in the past 12 months. Home Depot shares rose more than 1% in early trading, contributing to the 40% boom the stock has seen this year. Competitor Lowe's has also seen its stock soar this year. It's up more than 45%. Lowe's reports its earnings tomorrow.
Nike is postponing the release of its sneaker collaboration with rapper Travis Scott following the Astroworld concert tragedy. Nike made the announcement on its website. 10 people died when crowds started surging when Scott started performing. That includes a 9-year-old boy who died Sunday from his injuries after being trampled at the festival. The sneaker, officially known as the Nike Travis Scott Air Max 270 Cactus Trails, was originally set to be released in December.
People who've been using TikTok since before September could be entitled to money from a class action lawsuit against the company. TikTok has disclosed $92 million settlement proposal from its Chinese parent company, ByteDance. It comes from a federal lawsuit claiming TikTok illegally collected and used personal data from its users. You don't have to live in Illinois to claim your share of the settlement, but that state's residents could get up to 6 times more money. People who think they're impacted can file claims on TikTokDataPrivacySettlement.com. Just don't be surprised if your piece of the pie is tiny. Wall Street bankers are expecting oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Susan.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wall Street bankers are expecting a nice bonus this year. Compensation consulting firm Johnson Associates is predicting financial professionals will see higher bonuses compared to 2020. They cited a booming market, a record number of startups going public, and mergers. Investment banking advisors and equity traders are expected to see a 20 to 25% jump in bonuses compared to last year. Stocks ended higher after retail sales and earnings reports topped estimates. The Dow Industrials gained 54 points, closing at 36,142. The NASDAQ added 120 points. The S&P 500 was up 18. Well, as we reported at the top of this broadcast, the case against Kyle Rittenhouse is now in the hands of the jury.
The jurors started their deliberations at 9:15 this morning.
Joining us now is attorney Jessa Nicholson, who worked briefly on the Rittenhouse case early on. Jessa, welcome. Thanks for being with us today.
Hi, Jessa. Good to see you.
Good to see you both, too. Thanks for having me.
How long do you think the jury will deliberate?
So it is an element of reading tea leaves, but in my prior experience, I always tell people to expect that there's going to be at least 1 hour per day of trial and usually at least 1 hour per count. So I'm expecting a verdict much later this week. I think tomorrow would be the earliest we'd see it. And really, Thursday is a good possibility. If I had to guess, I think this is going to be 15 to 20 hours of deliberation.
Interesting. We will wait and see. 18 jurors were selected overall. 12 of them are now deliberating this case. And the 6 that were dismissed were chosen in a random drawing by Rittenhouse himself. Is this how it's usually done?
So by statute, it is done by lottery. Usually there's like a bingo ball thing or a hat that they draw names out of. This is the first time I've seen a judge have the defendant do the actual physical selection, though.
What was your reaction when you heard that?
I thought it was atypical.
Yes, like many things in this trial.
I'm not sure what to make of it, other than it's not typical.
The jurors went home last night after closing arguments, and they were given instructions by the judge not to watch news coverage of the case. Why is the jury not sequestered in this case? And will they be, from this point forward, at the end of their deliberations tonight?
So as far as I understand it, there has not been an order for sequestration even into deliberations. So I expect that, they'll be sent home tonight. From everything this judge has done, I would expect that he's not going to keep them late into the evening. I expect that they're going to wrap probably pretty soon for the day and then send them home to come back tomorrow. Different courts do that differently. Some judges will keep people out a long time, but he's been pretty rigorous about sticking to that business hour schedule. In terms of why they're not sequestered, it's expensive and it's very emotionally difficult on jurors to be sequestered for an entire trial. There's actually been a lot of studies regarding jurors that have participated in lengthy sequestrations, and it can trigger traumatic experiences that account for PTSD sometimes. So I know that the courts go to great lengths to try and give alternative instructions to allow people to be with their families in the evening. The result of that is there's more opportunity for them to overhear something that they've been instructed not to.
Who do you think did a better job in the closing arguments? There are two separate pictures of Rittenhouse here, vigilante versus patriot defending himself.
So overall, my impression was that Binger's closing argument was the strongest. I thought that Mark Richards had some very good points. I had some issues with the narrative structure of his closing. I think it could have been structured differently to make more of an impact. And I didn't feel that the rebuttal moved the needle very much either way.
So you think the defense did a better job?
I think the prosecution's initial close was the strongest of the arguments.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The jurors so far, since the deliberations began, they've asked the judge for extra copies of the jury instructions. Is there anything that can be deduced from that?
Well, that is, in my view, pretty expected, given that we've got this complicated interplay between the affirmative defense of self-defense and a reckless homicide charge. It's kind of a complicated analysis to go through those lesser included offenses, particularly when you're talking about the difference between intentionality and recklessness. And there's a lot of nuance in the physical substantive instructions. So I can understand that if a jury wants to get this right, they want to make sure that they're all following along and using the same pattern language.
Yeah, they're pretty complicated.
So what I can deduce from that is we've got a jury that cares about doing this correctly.
Then that's good news. All right, Jesse, you're going to be standing by. You're going to join us on our special reports as they come along later this week. We're looking forward to seeing you then.
We appreciate your time and your help.
Absolutely. Looking forward to chatting more about this as we get more info.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Well, drones are being deployed to regions devastated by wildfires.
Up next on Live at 4, we're learning how they're being used to restore the landscape.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Attention South Central Wisconsin homeowners. Tired of your outdated kitchen? Updating it is more affordable than ever with Black Friday savings this month at Mad City Kitchens, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing, installed in as little as 2 days. With Black Friday savings, save $500 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But act now and triple your savings. Save $1,500 on your new kitchen cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 18 months and triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvement projects. Plus, call during this program. Get a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Black Friday triple savings end November 30th. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, get a 2021 Escape, Edge, or EcoSport with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash.
What makes Salonpas Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salonpas contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Stoughton Health cardiologist Dr. Eugene Kaji provides quality, compassionate care to his patients and is conveniently located right at Stoughton Hospital. Learn more about Stoughton Health Cardiology at stoughtonhealth.com.
Well, take a look at this. It's International Flamenco Day, and dancers in Spain celebrated in fine art institutes and local clubs. The art form was created in Spain. Dancers celebrated in the internationally famous Prado Museum and in flamenco clubs like the Corral. At the Corral, flamenco dancers Belen Lopez was the center of attention during a specially prepared performance. That museum, I've been there. It's absolutely incredible.
It looks beautiful. Is it huge?
It's huge.
Overwhelming?
I haven't been to the Corral Flamenco Club, though.
Oh, the flamenco is incredible. Look at that. All right, well, fried chicken, burgers, pizza, have it all today. It is National Fast Food Day.
Now, there was debate in the newsroom. Is pizza fast food?
That's a good question.
Where are you getting it from?
Oh, Dana said it depends where you're getting it from.
Yes.
So you think no?
It depends on where you're getting it from.
Okay.
Anyways, fast food day, and maybe your joint is giving away free food to celebrate. Wendy's offering free fries with a purchase, any size you want. There are more than 300,000 restaurants in the U.S. serving up all things burgers, nuggets, and fries. So if you're hitting the drive-thru tonight, be sure to ask for about a possible freebie.
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you can drive through and get a pizza, so like Little Caesars, I think that counts as fast food.
Well, they have a drive-through?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of them do. But if it's like, if you have to go inside and it's not
dinner tonight, perhaps?
If it's not fast food, if it's one of our local places, if you're going to Ian's or Glass Nickel, I know they deliver, but it's still...
That doesn't count. That's not fast food.
It's not fast food.
You got to wait.
Exactly. That's my theory behind it.
All right,
Thank you for clearing it up.
Unnecessary rants. I'll stick to weather.
All right, what's that looking like?
It's a little windy outside right now, so a little chilly because of the wind, even though temperatures have trended a little higher today. Here's a nice look over downtown right now. Sunset around the corner. It's looking a little blue outside for your Tuesday. Take a closer look at your 10-day right after the break.
Does your kitchen need a facelift? Erase years of wear and tear with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens. Choose new cabinet colors that are stain resistant and easy to clean. Add custom hardware and countertops, soft close doors and drawers. We install in as little as 2 days, and you'll stay under budget with Black Friday savings all month long. Save $500 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But act now and triple your savings. Save $1,500 on your new kitchen cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 18 months. And triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvement projects. Plus, call during this program, get a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and $500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Yes, I saw your national TV ad with Joe in it, and I'm really excited about all those extra benefits and free services you say the government just authorized. It's not available where I live? Wait, read the disclaimer? Who are you people?
National call centers. They're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
Here's to the holidays. Here's to the casserole queens and Santas who saute. To the turkeys brined in beer, and well, just beer. To the ones who do the most, and the ones who do the least. To the classic traditions, and whatever you call this one. This year, no matter how you holiday, Festival has you covered. Festival Foods, a Wisconsin tradition since 1946.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A bit of a cloudy Tuesday for us and a breezy afternoon. Those wind speeds really picking up over the last few hours. Right now, our Doppler track, even with the cloud coverage, pretty quiet throughout southern Wisconsin. But notice to the north, we have seen some precipitation towards Rhinelander and into the UP. A little mixed precip, some snow mixing in with that rainfall. That's all trending to the north for us right now. As we look ahead to tomorrow morning, though, we might start to see a little rainfall, mainly southeast of Madison. In Platteville, currently still that cloudy sky, that blue look for us as sunset gets closer. Temperatures tomorrow will be close to 50 degrees yet again, so another mild day. And then it turns colder. We see temperatures pull back quite a bit for Thursday and Friday. Highs will be back in the 30s, and those overnight lows start to drop off also heading into the weekend and next week. We do have a few opportunities for showers through the 10-day. Mostly dry, though, for the afternoon. Just a few light rain chances, and not expecting anything to lead to a lot of accumulation, though, for the next few days. Overnight, mostly cloudy. As we get after midnight, chance for showers starting to pass through, mainly southeast of Madison. Notice it was pretty segmented as it came through early in the day on Wednesday, so I think a lot of folks will stay dry overnight, but it still will be a good night. Make sure your windows are rolled up because it will be a little rainy for some areas. By Wednesday afternoon, still seeing that cloud coverage hanging out. High temperatures mid to upper 40s. Temps will hold pretty steady through the afternoon before we fall off overnight. For Thursday morning, we're in the 20s to start off the day. Afternoon high temperatures, certainly not quite as warm outside. Seeing those highs trending back closer to the middle 30s for the back half of the work week. As far as rainfall chances go, seeing those higher numbers again, southeast of Madison. Still likely that we could pick up lesser amounts, not enough to really be measurable for much of Dane County and areas to the west. I do think some folks are going to stay totally dry, but we could see a few raindrops falling for the southern portion of Iowa County, Grant County, and looking into Lafayette County. A cooler trend expected for that 6 to 10 day, seeing temperatures as we look towards the end of November, that our 8 to 14 day outlook also on the below average side. So seeing that cooler push for us by the end of the month. Tomorrow, 48 degrees, so temps staying a little more mild for this time of year. Variably cloudy skies. It is going to turn colder overnight, and as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday, that cooler air will really usher in. Adding into the weekend, seeing some cooler trends for us for the weekend and the start of next week. 34 the high for Thursday, upper 30s on Friday, and the 40s on Saturday. With still seeing that cloud coverage for much of the weekend. Rain chances building back in for Sunday and for Monday. So there's a few chances for showers for the start of next week. Most of the time should stay sunny, though, for us for Monday. It's really more of an early chance to possibly see some flurries mixing in with that rain as temperatures drop below freezing. As we look ahead to the end of next week, of course, keeping a very close eye on Thanksgiving Day on Thursday and any travel plans before that on Wednesday. We could have a system bringing in some snow showers, some lighter rainfall. It's something that we're going to keep a close eye on, of course, the rest of the 10-day.
All right, I still got some yard work to do. So
Get it done. You've been talking about those hostas for weeks.
I know, but I got, it's a long story. Thank you.
All right, Dana, thank you. Millions of acres of U.S. forest land go up in smoke every year due to wildfires.
Anthony Pura shows us how drones are now being used to restore those areas.
As the country experiences more large and destructive wildfires, it's become harder for nature to bounce back.
U.S. forests are really at a crisis point. We have seen catastrophic wildfires.
David Lytle with the U.S. Forest Service says some forests need help to regrow. The process usually demands crews hand-planting lab-grown seedlings in scorched areas. It's labor-intensive and time-consuming, but some are speeding up the process with drones.
If natural regeneration is occurring less and less because the fires are high severity, what we need to do is we need to be able to step up and be able to, as humans, reforest faster.
Grant Canary is CEO of Drone Seed, a company in Washington state. Workers deploy swarms of drones in fire-devastated areas, often over rough terrain. They map out the area, and the drones are programmed to drop seed vessels in locations marked ideal for their survival. The seed vessels are about the size of a hockey puck. Inside, seeds of native trees and other elements that assist in the growing process.
How much can one drone plant versus one person?
So generally we take a look at it, and in difficult terrain, we're seeing about drones can navigate and fly across that terrain about 6 times faster than humans.
While the U.S. Forest Service is exploring ways to partner with companies and organizations that use drones to reforest, Lytle says hand-planting seedlings is often more successful.
It has a higher likelihood of survival because it's grown to a larger size and is more developed than a seed would be.
University of California forestry specialist William Stewart says because drones are still relatively new to the reforestation picture, it's difficult to measure their cost effectiveness and success rate.
There's no reason to just say we can only do it the old way or we're only going to do it the new way. I think we're going to see both of them out there on the landscape.
A landscape that's constantly threatened by fires and increasingly needing help to replenish and restore what was lost. Anthony Pura, CBS News.
Coming up next on Live at 4, with Thanksgiving around the corner, it's that time again. Consumer Reports helps us find a holiday deal on a new TV.
And then coming up next hour at 5, our Call for Action team and our Leah Linscheid help you from being the victim of a scam this hunting season. That's coming up at 5.
I feel Mad City exceeded the expectations.
And it turned out very well.
They were very pleasant to work with.
And after the finished product, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Get ready for the holidays with a kitchen you'll be proud to show off. Cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens gives your kitchen a brand new look in as little as 2 days. Now, with Black Friday savings, save $500 with interest-free financing for 6 months and get $250 in Mad City cash. But listen, call now. We'll triple your savings. Save $1,500 on your new kitchen cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 18 months and triple it to $750 in Mad City cash, good for future home improvements from windows to baths and showers. Plus, call during this program and receive a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today. TSR, one day floor.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
The Kyle Rittenhouse case has gone to the jury. We have live coverage from Kenosha.
Temperatures will be mild enough tonight for a few rain showers after midnight. A cold front will lead to falling temperatures by tomorrow afternoon and colder weather by Thursday. My forecast at 5.
Then at 6, preparing for winter weather is important. Tonight, I'm diving into how you can protect your home from the brutal Wisconsin winter.
Look from the tower cam here at the station. Looking, looks like we're looking east.
Little peek of the sunset there. It's very pretty.
Well, if you planned on scoring a Black Friday deal on a brand new TV the weekend after Thanksgiving, it might be too late.
Consumer Reports explains what's going on and has some tips to help you navigate this tricky season of giving. Here's our Leah Linscheid.
Shipping delays and supply chain issues mean holiday shopping is off to a unique start. But one thing hasn't changed. Not every holiday sale is as good as it looks. And Consumer Reports says that's especially true when shopping for a TV.
Beware of those bargain basement prices on TVs from lesser-known brands.
CR crunched the numbers on 3 years of ratings and found models from major brands like LG, Samsung, and Sony tend to perform better. So if you shop those holiday sales wisely, you might not have to pay much more to get a better television. That's because Black Friday is often when older models and TVs made specifically for Black Friday have the biggest discounts. Just make sure they have the features you want.
We expect to see the biggest price cuts on larger TVs, say 65 inches and above.
The Consumer Reports website lists the current prices for all of the TVs in their ratings. You can also check out Google Shopping, Price Grabber, and Shopzilla. If you're shopping in-store, you can use smartphone apps like BuyVia, Shopkick, ShopSavvy, and Shopular to scan barcodes or QR codes to compare prices and score coupons. And remember, like many gifts this year, TV sales are already happening, and inventory may be limited, so...
If you see an early deal you like, jump on it now. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy shopping.
For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy shopping. News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy shopping. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy shopping.
Thank you, Leah. Analysts say shopping early is still the best way to go.
Not only because deals are kicking off sooner, but also because hot products may sell out quickly or might not make it to your doorstep in time. Still to come at 4, cases of COVID are on the rise.
Meanwhile, Pfizer is seeking authority to give booster shots to everyone over 18. When we come back, UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff will join us with all the latest COVID news. That's when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Avoid the lengthy remodel. Stay under budget. Transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days. Call Mad City Kitchens, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Choose colors like frosty white, oak gray, or chocolate pear. Add a Lazy Susan, soft closed doors, countertops, and a new sink. Now's the time to call for Black Friday savings. Save $500 with interest-free financing for 6 months and $250 in Mad City cash. But this month only, triple your savings. Save $1,500 on your cabinet refacing project with interest-free financing for 18 months. And triple it to $750 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Plus, last chance, call during this program for a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Black Friday triple savings in November 30th. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
We are seeing several delays right now eastbound along the Beltline. I don't have any accidents to report, but the speeds certainly reduced quite a bit, especially closer to 151. That's where we're seeing that bigger slowdown. At a crawl almost at this point in the single digits, and then as you get closer to John Nolan Drive down into the teens for those driving speeds. As far as Rock County goes, real quickly, Janesville and the interstate looks smooth for us this evening.
Thank you. Well, Pfizer has asked the FDA to consider COVID-19 booster shots for all adults.
This as COVID cases are rising in 20 states, including Wisconsin, just as the holidays are fast approaching. UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, is back with us for his Tuesday visit. Hi, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.
How are you guys?
We're doing well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't speak for you.
No, we definitely are. Let's talk about boosters for everyone first. Does everyone need a booster?
You know, I think at some point everyone will need a booster, and I think the debate going on right now is the people approved for boosters right now are a little bit higher risk, meaning that if they get a booster dose, their likelihood of then coming down with COVID, having more severe disease is lowered The other question now is, should be giving booster doses to those folks who maybe don't have as high a risk of severe disease, but would start having breakthrough cases just because their vaccine was a while ago, and then could contribute to community spread, especially amongst, areas that have large proportions of unvaccinated people. You could kind of tip something off.
In general, these vaccines, they last about a year. I mean, we have to get a flu shot every year. So, I mean, so we don't know how long the COVID shot is good for at this point.
I think we're learning more, but I think it's, how long they last. Do you define that as how long do they last where you don't have, any symptoms, or how long do they last for severe disease? And, for severe disease, they last a pretty good period of time. For, could you actually come down with a positive test? Maybe that's more like the 6 to 8 month range when that efficacy starts to drop from like the high 90s down into the 70s, 60s.
Hence the booster.
Right. Cases are rising pretty dramatically in the country. I think today there were 127,000 cases in the U.S. What's driving that?
I still think we're trying to understand it, but there's a couple factors. So I think one could be that booster discussion. Maybe there's waning immunity between the vaccinated. They're having these breakthrough cases that spreads to the unvaccinated. I think you could be seeing the areas that are heating up tend to be in areas that didn't have quite as bad a surge of Delta in the previous spike. So maybe now as the weather gets colder, a lot of these areas are in the northern United States. Folks are coming inside, they're gathering. They think things are in the clear because we just had that drop, and now that's, pushing cases up again. But, after just talking about how nice it was to see cases come down, it seems like every time we say that, the virus is listening, and all of a sudden we've got this little spike of cases. It's possible this could keep going for a little bit, especially as we have holiday gatherings and things like that. So it may be time to think about, when you're in those crowded spaces, what do I need to do to keep safe? Certainly, if you haven't gotten a booster and you meet any of the criteria, that's the #1 thing to do right now, is get that booster. That offers tremendous protection against these breakthrough cases.
Does this change any thoughts about the holidays?
I think for those folks who are fully vaccinated, have gotten their booster, your risk is really, really low. Maybe not zero risk, but it's low, and I wouldn't have any problem recommending that for those folks, normal Thanksgiving, normal Christmas. Now, if you're part of a family where maybe not everyone agrees on vaccination, you've got a fair number of unvaccinated folks, unfortunately, the recommendation isn't much different than it was last year. That risk is so much higher that you may want to think about postponing that or taking those mitigation practices, wearing masks, trying to space out while you're eating, just so that you're not, getting the rest of the family sick from that one person that shows up with COVID and doesn't know it.
How worried would you be being unvaccinated heading into the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen in the healthcare system, unvaccinated, would scare me as an individual, because I know that sooner or later I'm going to come in contact with COVID-19. You're not going to escape it. And then it's, a flip of the coin to figure out, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to get really sick? Am I going to make someone else really sick? Am I going to be a long hauler? There's just all this uncertainty around it that's unsettling, versus those who are vaccinated are relatively assured that even if they are that rare breakthrough case, they're not going to get real sick. They're not going to necessarily be in the hospital. That gives peace of mind.
Get the shot.
Yeah.
How long have we been saying this?
We're running out of time, but for parents talking about kids' vaccines, if they want to wait for a little while and see before they get their children vaccinated, is that okay to do?
I think that's risky. I'd say if you've got a kid who's eligible for the vaccine, all the data that's out there is reassuring. Get your kid vaccinated now. Don't wait till later.
Get the shot. Doctor, thanks for being with us today.
Good to see you.
See you next week. Yeah. Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more yard work, teamwork, long walks.
Hi, Tim. Game on!
That's how you do more with Dupixent, which helps prevent asthma attacks. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. It can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma?
Hey, come on!
Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
The Rittenhouse case is in the hands of the jury. News 3 Now brings you continuing coverage at 5. Also, a call for action report on how to avoid becoming a target for scams this hunting season. We'll see you at 5.
The First One Weather Team breaks down all the info you need to be ready for this winter, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. It's Severe Winter Weather Week, all this week from your certified most accurate team, only on News 3 Now at 6.
We're expecting another mild day tomorrow with high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, very close to 50 degrees for some folks. A little breezy still, though, and then cooler temperatures following for Thursday and Friday.
All right, Dana, thank you. Coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4, we'll tell you how you can help make Thanksgiving a special day for thousands in Dane County.
And Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council will join us. She has some great slow cooker recipes. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Here at TSR, we transform outdated or damaged basement floors into beautiful, functional, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we don't just simply coat over your old floor. We repair all the cracks, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. Our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and will not be damaged by spills or standing water. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new basement floor coating will last. And from now until March 15th, we're offering 15% off your basement floor coating. This promotion also applies to any interior commercial coating project. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
What makes Salon Pass Arthritis Gel so good for arthritis pain? Salon Pass contains the most prescribed topical pain relief ingredient. It's clinically proven, reduces inflammation, and comes in original prescription strength. Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
At iMart Express, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. Glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at iMart Express.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house. So I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at home.
That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died. But through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
In today's Final Touch, a terrifying study reveals that some honeybees react to the notorious Asian murder hornet the same way humans would.
By letting out a scream. A newly published study revealed a chilling survival strategy used by Asian honeybees to defend themselves from murder hornet invasions. The study showed the bees made frantic pitched warning sounds similar to panicked screams when their nest was invaded by the giant hornets. Listen. The signals known as anti-predator pipe trigger a response by the bees to defend the colony using tactics like bee balling, where hundreds of bees swarm a predator and literally suffocate it. The study noted that U.S. honeybees don't appear to have the same strategies as the whaling western counterparts.
Oh, now I'm going to have nightmares.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.